Carl and I have turned up at Farlow's this afternoon, and we're not here to try and catch one of the big carp in the lakes. We're next to the river flowing nearby to try and catch one of the big barbel. Anyway, we'll get our rods ready. They look quite spooky, so I think we're going to just get the rods out and sit well back from the water and wait for a 3-foot twitch. So there's fish in my swim. I don't want to just cast my lead straight at them because they will spook very badly. So I'm going to just make a few little balls of this pellet and put it in upstream. Now the fish, they will back off a bit, but they won't spook really badly. So that will give me a chance to get the rig in place for when they come back up. Alex has cast a couple of rods out already, and I've flicked one out just in a deep little hole just downstream from here. But before I cast my second rod out, I'll just show you the sort of setup that we're using on this river. I've actually got a much smaller lead than Alex because the swim I'm fishing is quite slack. It's fairly deep, but there isn't really much flow. Alex is in shallower, much quicker, pacier water, so he's had to use, I think, 4 ounces of lead to hold right across on that shallow, fast water. To connect my main line to the hook link is a swivel with a little bead pushed over it. The hook link is 10 pounds and the main line is 12. On the end of the hook link, which is probably just under 2 foot, is a size 8 hook, a knotless knot and a hardened boilie hook bait. I would use maybe a pellet or even just a standard boilie or even a bit of pepper army on most rivers, but apparently the Colne has got quite a lot of crayfish in it. So a hardened hook bait should resist the attention of the crayfish.
The light levels are just dropping, and in previous experience on other rivers that we've fished, the barbel come out from the deeper water onto the shallows at night. Sort of when it's a bit darker, they feel a lot more confident. Yeah, Carl and I, we've both got 2 rods out each, so I'm feeling confident. We know they're there. I think now it's just a waiting game, just to sit back and not spook them, leave them to it. And yeah, I think I'm going to be off to bed early tonight, as I'm quite tired, but yeah, I'm hopeful for tonight. That gave the most unbarbel bite ever. The rod tip was just going dip, 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 dip. And Carl was like, "You've got one, you've got one." I was like, "No." It's a bit of weed coming down the line. But no, it's a barbel. Do you reckon you're going to be able to reach it? Over the top of all that. Waders on, boy. We didn't ring it. River Colne barbel. Can't believe that. We saw some barbel in here the other week when we were doing some floaty fishing. Decided to come back and give it a go. I was not expecting to get one on the first day. Yeah. My first River Colne barbel and my first barbel of the season. I'm so pleased about this. I honestly wasn't expecting one, to be honest. We watched them earlier, but they were so spooky. As soon as we put the rigs in, they drifted off back down into the deeper water. But I just left it there, sat on my bed chair for about 3 hours and just waited. And yeah, they came back. And I've got this one. Yes. I just put back the barbel, and I'm 99% sure that all the rest of the barbel in the swim would have been absolutely spooked back into the bushes. back into the deeper water. So to draw them back out, hopefully draw them back out, I've just got a mixture of sizes of pellets, some which will get stuck in the bottom early on in the swim, some which will drift further down, and hopefully just draw the fish in the swim, and I'm hoping this is what they'll feed on tonight. I'm going to squeeze up a few small balls, just like I did at the beginning of the session, and give them something to feed on and get their confidence back again. Second one of the session, just gone midnight, and that take was mental, and this fish got quite snagged actually, but I just kept the pressure on, waded out a little bit, got on top of the fish, pulled it upwards, and yeah, got it out. And it is bigger than the last one. Gave a mental fight. I can't believe it's our first trip to this river, and yeah, I'm loving it. Okay, so it's 6 o'clock in the morning and we've just woken up, as you can probably tell. But the reason we're up quite early is because although we could potentially maybe get another bite from here, we've had 2 already, the fishery opens in about half an hour, so we're actually going to pack up quite quickly and get all of our stuff together ready for a day's rolling meet on what must be our favourite river in the whole world, the River Lee. So we're going to pack up from here, get on the road, get over to the Lee, and maybe try and find some nice chub, and if we're lucky, another barbel. So I guess I better get up and start packing away. Goodbye, Farlows. See you soon. We'll be back for another big barbel. It wasn't long before we were back on the banks of Farlows, this time attending the opening day of the recently developed Heron's Point. Although we were meant to be carp fishing, Cole couldn't resist a few hours on the river, targeting another barbel. I stood watching the water and waiting for a good half an hour before getting a shot when suddenly my reel started fizzing as a barbel shot off with the hook bait. Oh my god, I was not ready for that. No! Serves me right for being a noddy and not watching the rod. Yes, he's out. God, what a fight, man. Oh, love it. Oh, let's get the net, stop messing around. Oh, yes. Yeah, I got one, Alex. Go and bring the unhooking mat and the camera.
Oh, I tell you what, that's a nice fish, man.
Alex, that's my best barbel of the year, I'm so happy. Oh, he's so awesome, I don't want to let him go.
My first river cone barbel.
Hard earned. Well done, mate.
That's worth a lot.
After seeing Carl bank that lovely barbel, I just had to give it a go myself. Even better, I topped Carl with this 10-pounder.
River. Have you got any money? No.
Got lots of paper though, paper. Can't buy you anything. River Lee.
Right, so we've just arrived at the first spot and I'm just putting on my waders. I know these are my waders because I've mended a hole in them with a puncture repair kit for a bicycle, as you do. Well, luckily, because Alex caught 2 barbel at the last stretch when we were on the Colne, now that we're at the Lee, I'm taking the rod, Alex is taking the camera. That didn't take too long. Oh, a lively, slightly crooked looking River Lee chub. Absolutely nailed the bait. It barely hit the surface. I'd literally twitched it into position and it was just about to drift underneath the tree and it come out and grabbed it. Big fat carp. Well, we seem to have found a barbel that's behaving quite strangely. Swimming around in the weed, really weird. I'm going to try and catch it and see what's wrong. I just caught a barbel.
You just caught it? You seriously just picked it up?
I think it must be ill. It was just sat in the river, like sitting really weirdly. Oh, chill, man.
Got some strength.
Alex,
Yeah?
look in its mouth.
Got a hook in it.
You see that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Look
live.
at that. Size, what, 16 hook in its mouth?
He wanted our help.
I know.
He wanted us to take the hook out of it.
He looks like he's a bit better.
What's we got here? What have we got here?
There's a nice tree just downstream, and in previous experience, if you find any trees overhanging branches, there'll be fish under there. So I've just put a bit of pellet in there, and then I'll drift my hook bait through as well. When I drift the bait under a snag like this, what I do is I let off loads of line after I cast out, make sure the bait is definitely on the bottom under the snag, then just slowly reel down until there's a little bit of tension in the line, and then just sort of just feel the rod, and you feel it through the rod to tap, and you'll see it on the rod tip just go tap 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 tap. The barbel bites are more of a pull round, chub ones are more of the tapping, but when I see that I just reel down and strike. You've got to remember your hook is inside a bit of meat. Normally though, I'll cast upstream, let the bait drift down, and you can really easily twitch it that way. Whereas if you've got a raft like this where you're trying to drift it under, you kind of have to go from upstream.
That makes this whole like weekend, you've had 3 barbel.
I know, it's wicked.
Do you want a photo on your phone? On my phone.
Have you got your phone on you? Mm-hmm. Cool, I have a photo of you.
No photos of that one.
Drifted my meat under another snag on the near side, and yeah, it's almost guaranteed when you find a deeper hole like that, that one of these greedy chub's gonna snaffle it with its gigantic mouth. Look at that. On June the 16th we were going to go to the River Wye Annoyingly, we had loads of rain the week before, so it was well up and coloured, so we decided to give that a miss. We were a bit gutted, but we wanted to go somewhere that would cheer us up instead. So we came to a spot where we normally do quite well. We catch a few barbel and chub, and that's the River Lee. We've had plenty of fish today, mostly chub and a couple of barbel, and yeah, it's certainly cheered us up. But I think now we're off to find a new spot, and that's what we've done all day, just constantly moving. And that's how you can get the best out of it. If you sit in one swim all day, you sort of catch one or two and then nothing else. So, yep, we'll be on our way, try and find some more fish. I've got a barbel from a new spot, and it's just somewhere we just turned up and saw a deep hole and caught a barbel.
Check the rod out.
Sweet!
What have you got for us?
What?
What have you got for me?
What have I got for you in terms of food?
Yeah.
Doritos. Maryland cookies.
Oh, it's got fruit in it.
Yeah, it must be open. Custard creams.
Oh, the last custard cream. No, I have custard cream. What does that mean?
Oh my god, Jack Griffin, are you on the River Lee today?
Well, that's freaky. Dun, 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 dun.
Are you on the River Lee today?
That's quite scary. Have we been spotted? That's quite freaky, ain't it?
I know.
I think there's spies.
Maybe.
Beautiful. So we found quite a few fish now in this very, very shallow stretch, but looking over my shoulder here, it looks like it gets a little bit deeper further up. So, popped on a slightly larger shot, enabling me to cast quite a way upriver. So I'm going to walk up here, all by these overhanging trees, chuck the piece of meat up, twitch it back, hopefully intercept another couple of chub. Or a barbel. Yet another bite. What a minter. How on earth I ever catch fish, I have no idea. A whole shoal of barbel at my feet. Ah, it's another chub. That is wicked. Love it. Well, there you go. I finally got myself a barbel, caught on properly. Not quite as big as Alex's ones off of the River Colne, but we're having a brilliant start to the season.
We've actually done a couple of sessions on the Lee this season, catching plenty of chub and barbel and even a couple of carp.
Yay!
Yes!
Epic chub, look at him. Well, that's 2 days, 2 tins of spam, 1 bag of pellets, couple of boilies, 4 very tired legs, so many chub that I've literally completely lost count, but most importantly, 6 epic barbel. What a session.
If you want to keep more up to date with our angling adventures, we post regular updates on our Instagram account. Just search Carl and Alex Fishing for plenty of photos and short videos. Thanks for watching.